this act or this war, the way it is panning out, seems prophetic. It is of prophetic proportions.
Chapters 38 and 39 offer one of the most remarkable but difficult to comprehend predictions in the Bible. These chapters foretell of a northern invasion of Israel that will arrive like a storm. And
Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Thank you very much for passing by today. Thank you also, a big thank you to the people who have subscribed. And I would also wish to encourage you, those ones who have not subscribed, to please subscribe so that the content that I produce can always reach you every time I produce content. Now, a lot has been happening in the political landscape, the international political landscape. There is a war, a new frontier, a new war almost happening in Palestine, between Israel and Palestine. And a few countries are already involved in it. The world is already taking sides with this one, the same way with the Russia-Ukraine war. It's already dividing countries. And this one looks like it's going to be more divisive than the Ukraine-Russia war. The issue of Palestine and Israel is a very emotive issue. Now, we have seen countries like Turkey pledging their support for Palestine, countries like the Saudi Arabia, countries like Iran, which has always been a big supporter of even militia, Hamas. Iran is the biggest financier of Hamas and Hezbollah, and also the Houthis in Yemen. So, apart from that, we've also seen Russia, which came as a shock for me. And today, actually, Russia is our topic of the day. We've also seen Turkey, which is a member of NATO, pledging allegiance, going against its ally, the US, and supporting Palestine. But then now, for me, the most shocking was Russia. I don't know amongst all those countries which one shocked you the most. We already know that the West is in support of Israel, both militarily and financially. And the US actually sent two strike groups. Strike groups consist of an aircraft carrier and destroyers and corvettes. So so the US just sent two. So it seems like there is intelligence of a bigger war coming. They wouldn't just send two. In fact, they sent one, and then they ended up sending the second one. And it came as a shock, because why did they have to send one and then follow it up with another one? So they must have very, very good intelligence that this war is about to go bonkers, that this war is about to escalate, that is, it's about to go state towards state and another state, like it is between Russia and Ukraine. And so the Palestinian president, Mahmoud Abbas, was recently in Russia to meet President Putin. And Russia's stand on this issue is according to the 1967 pact, whereby East Jerusalem, which was taken by Israel after the 1967 war, East Jerusalem belonged to Jordan. We have Gaza that was taken from Egypt. We have the Golan, and then we have the West Bank. So these lands were conquered by Israel. But now Russia recognizes Israel before it conquered these lands. So that is according to 1967 pact. That is what it says. And this is actually the position of Palestine. They want their own country under the 1967 borders, if I'm not wrong. And actually the position of Iran is even worse. Theirs is for the absolute wipeout of Israel. And for Turkey, we've seen President Erdogan also coming out clearly to offer mediation, but we've always known him to be fully in support of Palestine. And so now why would Russia choose to support, to be on the side of Palestine with the other countries? Now, I'm going to give you a few reasons why Russia had to choose to be on the side of Palestine, and what is going to be the implications of Russia exerting its massive military might and fully, if it invests fully in this war and supports Iran and the other countries and the Hezbollah, this is going to turn out into a monster of a war involving a lot of countries. So, one of the reasons, the first reason is that Israel is in the opposite side of Russia's biggest enemy. Russia's biggest enemy ever that has always challenged the empire of the Rus is the US. The US collapsed the USSR. So the US right now is funding Ukraine to a tune of, it's a lot of money. It's a lot of money that the US is funding Ukraine. And the war has dragged on basically because of the support of the US towards Ukraine. That is the only reason that Russia has hit a standstill. Excuse me. And also, apart from that, the US of NATO members like the UK, Germany, Poland, but the biggest support has always come from the US. So if Russia has considered that if they can spread the resources of the US into a new war, at least they will have some breathing space. And you can see even right now that Russia has increased its bombardment now of Ukraine. It has increased it. Immediately conflict escalated in Palestine, Russia immediately started bombing Ukraine even harder. And now is on an offensive. And therefore, that is the reason why Russia is in support of Palestine. It is strategic. Russia wants to win the war. To summarize the war in Ukraine, it is really taking a toll on Russia's resources. And it is also putting Russia in a situation whereby it cannot face a bigger country if it has strained all its resources in Ukraine. So, the second reason is also it's a debt payment to Iran. Remember that Iran has been a big supporter of Russia with the missiles recently and drones. Iranian Shahid, I believe they are called Shahid drones. These drones are able to, they are suicide drones. They are very efficient. They really helped Russia in come out of a very dire situation because the Bayraktar drones were really doing a lot of harm to Russian military. So Russia got a big ally when Iran came through for them with military drones and also tried to support them with missiles because Russia was really running short. Remember that Ukraine is getting help from so many other countries while Russia has been dependent on its own self. So Iran came in through at a very dire situation. And what is Iran's request? Iran wants Su-35s, and also Iran wants help with their enrichment program. And shock on you, I believe that Iran already has nukes. Iran is ready. Iran already has, because Russia supplied them with high-grade refined uranium. If not that, excuse me, Russia showed them how to refine faster. But the confidence that Iran has right now, it was well aware of what Hamas was going to do. Therefore, it means for Iran to be that courageous to push for such an attempt. Then Iran is in a great position right now. Then, reason number 3. This act or this war, the way it is panning out, seems prophetic. It is of prophetic proportions.
Chapters 38 and 39 offer one of the most remarkable but difficult to comprehend predictions in the Bible. These chapters foretell of a northern invasion of Israel that will arrive like a storm and cover the land like a cloud. Israel will appear to be doomed, yet God will intercede in this attack. Ezekiel chapter 38 verses 8 to 16. After many days you will be visited, In the latter years you will come into the land of those brought back from the sword, and gathered from many people on the mountains of Israel, which had long been desolate. They were brought out of the nations, and now all of them dwell safely. You will ascend, coming like a storm, covering the land like a cloud, you and all your troops and many peoples with you. Thus says the Lord God, on that day it shall come to pass that thoughts will arise in your mind, and you will make an evil plan. You will say, I will go up against a land of unwalled villages. I will go to a peaceful people who dwell safely, all of them dwelling without walls, and having neither bars nor gates, to take plunder and to take booty, to stretch out your hand against the waste places that are again inhabited, and against a people gathered from the nations who have acquired livestock and goods, who dwell in the midst of the land. Sheba, Dedan, the merchants of Tarshish, and all their young lions will say to you, have you come to take plunder? Have you gathered your army to take booty, to carry away silver and gold, to take away livestock and goods, to take great plunder? Therefore, Son of Man, prophesy and say to Gog, thus says the Lord God, on that day when my people Israel dwell safely, will you not know it? Then you will come from your place out of the far north, you and many peoples with you, all of them riding on horses, a great company and a mighty army. You will come up against my people Israel like a cloud to cover the land, so that the nations may know me, when I am hallowed in you, O Gog, before their eyes. Because we are told that the invasion of Gog will take place in the latter years or days, this prophecy could be fulfilled in the first part of the tribulation. This is because the Antichrist will have a solution to the Middle East dilemma, and will sign a 7-year peace deal with Israel during the tribulation.
Never ever have we ever had such levels of condemnation of Israel like I have seen during whatever incidents happened recently in Israel. Israel is bombarding Palestine right now, but the amount of criticism, for the first time I've seen the world erupt because of Israel. So it looks so prophetic, because such a tiny country with a people that don't have any other land, a people that just a few years recently came out of a horrible situation. It's shocking. It's shocking. The odds look so, if you ask me, the odds are against Israel right now. The odds are against Israel. If Israel can only be saved by a miracle, but the odds right now, the way countries are massing against Israel, those are the reasons. Now, what are the implications of this war that I believe is coming? This war could end up rearranging the power structure of the world. It could be a defining war. We might be in the juncture of change of baton. For the past 100 or 150 years, we've only had a major power in the US, maybe, or a Western power. Could be the UK, could be the Netherlands was also a power sometimes back, and then the US. Now we may be looking at a power that is not Western, that has a whole new way of looking at the world. Or it might still be the US, but now even a more assertive US, because after such a challenge on the US's power, the next time the US, if the US wins these conflicts that are going on, if they do not escalate into a war that is going to mess up the world, then the US may come out stronger. But then we wait and see. So thank you very much for your support. Thank you very much for passing by. See you on the next video.